Okay, we are live. I'm just going to invite Joanna on. Okay, so hi, Smithy41. There she is. Joanna, I've just sent you an invite. If you want to accept that and come on, just let me know that you're there. Okay, Sammy, Louise, Marshall, I did see your request. If you can just give me a second because I want to get Joanna on first. Hopefully, Joanna will have seen my invite. Bear with me 2 seconds. Oh, the Cheshire Club and one other person sent a request. View. Okay. Accept. Go live with the Cheshire Club. I love Instagram lives because I never know whether it's going to work. I've never done one with somebody else. Joanna, are you there? Go live with the Cheshire Club. Just wait, everybody. I just need to get Joanna on and then we can get started. There she is. I'm Mr. Ted.
It worked. Oh yeah, Mr. Ted's here, yeah.
Now, apparently, on Instagram, I thought about this afterwards, you can do it with more than 2 people now.
Okay.
So, but we'll see how it goes, right? So there's no rules. So we've got 19 people watching, which is awesome. So I'll do a quick intro, and then we'll get into it. So welcome everybody who's watching. I just wanted to welcome Joanna from the Cheshire Club, who, for those of you who are following me now because of the bonkers. We can say bonkers, can't we? It went a bit bonkers. Yeah, the bonkers live that hit the press with Kerry and all the rest of it. So I thought I'd do a live tonight, quite simply because I've had a lot of questions about what was it that I did, what do I do. But I'll explain that in a second, and then I'm going to invite Joanna in just to tell you a little bit about what she does, because I've been doing what I've been doing since 2018. And my biggest thing was I was there back in 2018, verge of suicide, started on a journey. And one of the things that I came to recognize was that who you surround yourself with is so, so important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I also know that there's a lot of people that say, I haven't got money, right? Money's energy. And I knew that I had to invest my energy into somewhere where I was going to be able to make impact. Now, I never knew when we started this journey that we would be sat in Kerry's kitchen talking about this. So what I'm going to take you through today, I could sit here and waffle forever on what I do, but I thought I'll show you. Yeah. Because that's better, isn't it? Right? So what I'm going to do is I'll give you a quick overview of what hypnotherapy is, what it isn't, and then I'm going to hand you over to Joanna, who's going to tell you a little bit about that journey, what she does, because we've been on a bit of a journey together over the past few years. And then I'm going to invite somebody up. I've already got somebody who said that they want to come on, so we'll see. I'm just going to randomly pick somebody, by the way. So whoever, this is not planned. So my ego is kind of going, this could be a complete car crash. You're going to look like a complete fool. But I trust in what I do. I know what I do. It works. So it's all good. So a couple of questions. The main questions that we had were about what is hypnotherapy and why does what I do work? Mm-hmm. So I want to just define this. Hypnotherapy is therapy done under hypnosis. Okay, so there are many different versions of what hypnotherapy is. So if I was to define what I do, is where most therapy looks at the problem. So I had a car accident, now I've got PTSD. I was abused, now I've got PTSD. I've got a narcissistic partner, now I have anxiety. I was in an abusive relationship, now I'm anxious, I don't trust anybody. All of those things are feelings. Okay, so anxiety is a feeling. You can't go to Tesco's and buy it. Okay, you create that anxiety. But most therapy works around coping and managing the problem rather than releasing the feeling. So I look at it like this. We all have a story and a feeling. good or bad, doesn't matter. Okay, looks a little bit like our brain. And what we do is I go in and we find the root cause to when the feeling first came in, and then we separate the feeling from the story. We create a new feeling and a new story. And what I'm going to show you today, what I'm going to demonstrate to you, is something we did in the kitchen, didn't we? You actually videoed this, didn't you, Joanna? So we've got video footage of this. Yeah. I'm going to take you through a process. So even if you're not brought on to do the live, you can still do this, because I'm very, very mindful that whatever I do today is just going to be a bit of an awakening for people. I'm not going to do therapy. I don't want to put anybody in any trauma, because that's really important. All right, nobody's going to go to any trauma. I'm not going to do the therapy that I do when I work with clients one-on-one. But what I am going to show you is I'm going to show you something that might change your perception of who or what you think you are. All right. So very quickly, hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is a brainwave state. So if you imagine that your conscious mind, so the mind that you're using now, is about 1 to 5% of your power. It's actually sitting in your prefrontal cortex, your cortex of your brain, the top half of your brain, which is all about problem solving. It's about communication. It's what we use on a day-to-day basis. And anybody will know that if you get anxiety or overwhelm, sometimes it feels like a cloud that's descending, right? And that part of your brain shuts off. And you go to that amygdala, your caveman, cavewoman brain, which just becomes emotional. You know, logically, this should be okay, but emotionally, we feel overwhelmed, we can't cope. So what we do is we actually go, basically reboot you like rebooting a computer and go into safe mode. And we go into that emotion and we release that emotion. But I'm going to show you something today, which is going to be, I think, pretty cool. And depending on who I get on, I don't know what I'm going to do. I honestly, I have not planned anything. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that was it in regards to questions, wasn't it, Joanna? It was mainly about what hypnotherapy is. So my main thing is I don't go to the story that you're telling yourself. I help you release the feeling, because the feeling's the driver to any behavior. Mm-hmm. Was there any other questions? I'm just trying to think. I don't think there was there?
I'll just check if there's any on here at the minute.
So while Joanna's just checking that, what I do want to ask is that Joanna's going to give you a bit of an overview of kind of that journey that came to us meeting and then me working with Kerry. So as we go through this process, if anybody has got any questions, please put it in the chat, because I've had a lot of people, since that kind of blew up, a lot of people going, I want to book an appointment to find out more. You can find everything out on my website, which is makeyourlifecount.co.uk. But at the end of this live, I am going to give you some information where you can get a free gift. So I'm all about service. I'm all about, you know, giving something to people, because I know people maybe don't have the opportunity or they're scared. So I'm going to give you a free gift. And I will say, I sent this to somebody who messaged me, and she said, oh my God, that has just completely changed my life. And that was just, it's like an immersion and meditation.
It is
I will give you,
yeah, it is amazing.
And I will send you that. So what were the other questions?
Yeah, there's not a question. It's just Amy saying that she was in a car accident some years ago, and she could barely get in a car without sweaty hands, anxiety. So I don't know if she's actually sorted that out or if she wants your help, but can you just put that in the comments if you do want some help, Amy? Yeah,
so let me just explain this. So if you imagine an iceberg, right? So that only a small piece of the iceberg comes above the water. So we tend to, if you're going to see a therapist, and by the way, I'm not dissing any therapists or anything, but we tend to look at what that problem is. So if you're in a car accident and then you find it difficult to drive, you may talk about how you cope and manage that, how you kind of rationalize it. And that's how normal therapy tends to work. However, the feeling, so if I put my hand up, and if this is the feeling, and that was the car accident, that feeling has been attached to several stories. And the car accident, or in my case, when I got assaulted as a police officer, that was the trigger point, okay, the trauma point in which all these other stories that had attached to this feeling, all of a sudden my body couldn't do anything with it, okay? Couldn't do anything with it. So, blonde Goldie, I'm going to show you something in a minute that will
Yeah.
completely change your whole thingy around this. So,
Anxiety again.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you imagine a little bit like Back to the Future, this is the incident that's happening. What we do is we basically go back in time to find the root cause of when that feeling first came into your life. Because you are born pretty much perfect. And there's only two fears that we have when we're actually born. That's the fear of loud noises and the fear of being dropped. Everything else is learnt. So I'm going to take you through something in a second, which will show you that what you think you are not. And I will bring somebody on in a second, and we'll go through the whole process, and then everybody's watching can go through it as well. And then we'll take some questions, and then I'll give you your free gift afterwards. So if I can pass over to Joanna. So anybody who wants to come on, just put a request in, and I'm just going to randomly pick somebody.
Ooh.
So Joanna, over to you and Mr. Ted. And if you just explain kind of how everything happened.
Yeah, he's been a bit shy, isn't he?
I know.
Say hello, everyone. It's no show without punch, is there?
No.
Amy said, before I forget, she does want help. So, Amy, if you drop Marcus a message.
Yeah, drop me a message.
He can talk to you after this live. So, who am I? I am the MD of the Cheshire Club. I nearly said Cheshire Socialites then. We've just rebranded. So, yeah, we're now the Cheshire Club. So you can actually see us on here. It's under the Cheshire Club. So please do follow us. Why am I on this live? Well, it's mainly because I like to support my members, and Marcus is a member of mine, a business member. And I suppose you could say I'm the matchmaker in business introductions. Would you say, Marcus?
I would say that. You're more than that, though, because it's not just about business, is it? I think it's a mission.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a passion for connecting people in business, but along that journey, lots of my members make really great friends. I'm a mentor. I got the most amazing sort of little black book in Cheshire. So this is why Marcus came to me, which was nearly 3 years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be, yeah.
And little did we know, I mean, I knew it would have a crazy outcome at some point, but little did we know, as Marcus said before, that, you know, he would end up in Kerry's kitchen. I take my time to match my members to certain things, depending on brief, depending on what you're looking for, depending on, you know, where you want to go. And Marcus wanted to obviously help. This is his main area. He just wants to help and support people. But I thought at that time that Kerry needed that help. And it was just a case of asking her in a sympathetic manner, because obviously some people could take offence. And she said, absolutely yes. So, and that's where it all began. So it's mainly because Marcus is my member. Obviously, we then worked on a brief, and then this is the outcome. So, and Kerry, I would say now, is a good friend of ours, isn't she?
Yeah, yes.
And I have not told you yet, but she wants to come to the awards in November, which is great.
Oh, awesome.
So
that's good.
That'd be nice too. So obviously not every member of mine wants to connect to celebrity. It's not always about that. So it can be just something, say for instance, you know, you're looking for somebody in particular to take your business forward, or you need that extra help and support. So if you want to speak to me, you can book a discovery call through the Cheshire Club Instagram page.
So if you can follow Joanna, because a lot of stuff she does, and what she didn't mention is that she does a lot of amazing events across Cheshire. So you don't have to be a member of the club. You can go, like the Ascot Day that we had, because should have done that like 2 years ago, because of COVID that didn't happen. That was an amazing event. So we do a lot of events. There's lots of stuff that hopefully we're going to be doing retreats. We're hoping that we're going to be doing a retreat soon, aren't we? So we've got a lot of interest in that.
We have.
But one of the things I want to mention about this, and why this is so important, is that your mind, okay, isn't just in your head. People talk about mindset. I hate that word with a passion, because if you want to manifest a better life, it's not about mindset, it's about heart set. And one of the reasons why I joined Joanna and a lot of the other, we were at Tatton, weren't we? Tatton was amazing. We went to Tatton Park, you got free tickets, we got invited to that. And we want to connect to people. So I think one of the things that Kerry is amazing at, she's very down to earth, She is who she is. So that's why people love her. She's not fake,
Yes.
right? She's a
Yeah.
super smart lady, but she's not fake. And unfortunately, in the area that I work in around coaching and transformation, there's a lot of people out there that are just trying to rip people off.
Yeah.
And I say that not everybody is, but there is. There's a lot of people that are, and I get that with therapy. And I'm sure there are people on here tonight who have maybe gone for private therapy, paid a small fortune, and nothing has happened. So when people, I'm going to come back to this, Joanna will roll her eyes, because I had to go through a massive, and she's laughing because I have had to go through a massive relationship with money and investment. And the problem is that you get screwed over so many times. And that's why I love what Joanna does, because she wants to empower people. The money that you pay her to be part of the network, you get more back. You honestly do. It's amazing. So it's about energy, right? So we want to be around people. We want to be around people that give us energy, not take our energy away. And I'm sure for many of you who listen to this, especially if you suffer from anxiety, you probably give.
Yeah.
You're really empathetic, and then people just take from you, right? And they never give anything back. So I've had to learn a lot of those lessons around energy and how I use that. And this is why I'm doing this live tonight. Also, I'm going to give a shout out for anybody who's watching this. There's somebody following this, the Spiritual Gateway. Okay, that's Joe Halcrow. It's a friend of mine. If you are interested in past life, follow Joe. She's got an amazing TikTok. And actually, if you go onto Joe's YouTube, on my YouTube, Joe actually took me through a past life and we recorded it. So if you're interested in past life, definitely follow the Spiritual Gateway. Yeah, Joe's amazing. She's brilliant.
Hi, Joe.
Anyway,
Get in
right.
touch.
Hi, Marcus. Yeah. No, Joe's amazing. She's down in East Grinstead. Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, there's no questions come on, so I'm just going to go and see who is on here.
There's some comments while you have a little look there. There's
well, you do that. I'm gonna accept one of these people, and for some reason I'm gonna go down the middle. So here we go, and let's make sure this works.
a lot about anxiety, which guys, I suffer with quite badly as well. So you're not alone.
And I think one of the things I want to say, hopefully the person that I've invited on, is that it works. Yes, it works. It works. Oh, I can't see you. Where are you? So sorry for the people. How are you? Just introduce yourself to everybody. I've never met you before, right? We've never met.
Yeah, I'm Samantha.
Samantha.
I'm
Whereabouts are you, Samantha?
I'm in Brighton.
Wow. Now, talk about the universe. My wife is from East Sussex. So she's originally from a place called Little Horsted near Lewes.
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How weird. Right, random. I've never spoken to you before. You've never been on before. Okay, so just give me a quick overview. What is it that I think, is it anxiety that you say that you've...
Yeah, well, it is. I suffer from anxiety, and obviously I suffer from PTSD because I had an accident about 12 years ago. I went out with my friend, and basically my drink actually got spiked. And basically I fell down 14 steps, and then I fractured my skull and my eye socket. I was unconscious for like 14 hours, and obviously the police found me and the ambulance found me. And ever since then, when I go out socially, I get really anxious and I get really scared, and like I start getting all panic attacks, and then PTSD kicks in. Obviously I've got other health problems as well, so it can be a bit daunting at times when I do go out.
So tell me, if you don't mind sharing, what are the other health problems that you've got? Because I'm going to cover this in a second.
Yeah, I've got fibromyalgia.
Oh, awesome! And I don't mean that in a bad way. Okay, I'm going to explain something in a second. Okay, go for it.
And I've also got a collapsed lung.
Okay.
And then I've got a COPD. I've got asthma, and I've got a heart condition as well, which are basically where I've actually got extra heartbeats as well. It's an SVT.
Okay.
So that's being monitored, and then I've got arthritis from my neck onto my hips, my knees, my ankles, literally all over.
So
Oh,
let me ask about that arthritis that you've got there. And there's lots of things there. So this is going to be really, really interesting about how you feel after we do this little exercise, because I'm not obviously going to do any therapy with this, but I want to just explain something. So I'm assuming that you had none of those things when you were born. You weren't born with those things that you've got.
No,
Okay,
no.
perfect. All right. So if you imagine that through our lives we get programmed by other people, you know, our parents, our teachers, and all that kind of thing. And when we sometimes don't feel that we fit in, we then change, don't we? Right? Especially when we get into our
Yeah.
teenage years. Can I just ask what you do for a living?
Currently, at the moment, I'm not working due to my health conditions because obviously
Okay.
I was working, but I've had to be signed off because of my lung condition and obviously my health conditions.
And what did you do before these health conditions? Did you have a job before them?
I used to work in a bar as a bar supervisor.
Okay, so if you were, I want to take you back to you're 4 years old, and somebody says to you, "What did you want to do when you grow up?" Would you have said bar supervisor?
No.
No, right, okay.
Okay.
So we're born with an abundance of everything. There's every opportunity, everything is there, right? And then we get funneled in basically from other people's programming. And the reason being is that the mind is there to keep you alive, not happy. All right. That's its only job. And it does exactly what you tell it, whether that be consciously or subconsciously. So if you're running programs of other people's, then the challenge you've then got is that you don't know the possibility of what you could be, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so can I just ask, have you got any physical pain at the moment?
Literally all over because obviously with my fibro, I've got it constantly all the time. And then when I breathe in deeply, my collapsed lung really hurts.
Okay.
So I'm in near enough pain 24/7, near enough.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to be really, really gentle with you. I just want to check, you don't suffer from a psychosis or epilepsy or anything like that, do you?
No.
Okay, so I want you to be gentle with yourself. And I think this is a massive test for me, right? Because there's like multiple, this isn't just anxiety, we've got physical ailments and all sorts of stuff here. Okay, so no pressure, Marcus, universe. Okay, so I'm gonna take you through some stuff, but I want to ask you some questions first. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect. Okay, so where are you at the moment?
I'm actually in the hallway, just going to the bedroom.
But that's your house, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you're in your house.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And I take it you're using your phone to
Yes,
do
I am,
this.
yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you're in your house. You're in. What are you sat on at the moment?
I'm just standing up at the moment, but I'm going to go and sit back down in a minute and on the bed.
Okay. Are you okay to stand up at the moment, or do you want to go and
Yeah,
sit down?
no, it's fine. It's fine at the moment.
Okay.
I have to stand up because my back's starting to hurt sitting down too long.
Okay, the only reason I ask is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes in a minute, so I want to make sure that you're nice and comfortable.
Okay.
So if let's go on we're going to have a tour of your house. Here we go. So bear with us.
Right. Yeah,
So in a minute, everybody. So you're sat down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what you sat on?
The bed.
Okay. So we've clarified then that you're sat on your bed.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to me on your phone, and you're in your house. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask, what are you holding your phone with?
My hand.
Your hand, right? So okay, so you're holding your phone with your hand, in your room. Perfect. Now, I want to ask you a question. All of the things you've got, all right, and you said that you also have fibromyalgia, you suffer from anxiety, and all the rest of it. So, I want to ask: are you your home?
Am I? Pardon?
Are you your home? Are you your house? Are you your house?
Yeah. No.
No, it's all right. It's not a trick question. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you your phone?
No, I'm not.
Are you your Instagram account?
No.
No. Okay. So we've clarified that you're not your home. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're not your phone. You're not your Instagram account. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And everybody's probably thinking, where's this guy going with this? All right.
I don't know. I'm getting confused as well.
So, and you said before that you had fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
And you have anxiety,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
have a collapsed lung. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you your fibromyalgia?
No.
Are you your collapsed lung?
No. No.
Okay. These are all things that you have, right? They're not you.
Yeah. No.
So one of the things we say, and the medical professionals say, you go in and you go, oh, I feel like this. Describe to me your symptoms of fibromyalgia. It's normally like nerve pain and all that sort of stuff, isn't it? And it's all over your body.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
constant pain, but yeah, from the top of my head right down to my feet. It's constant aching, constant pain. You know, you get itchy skin, sore skin, electric, like it feels like electric shocks down your spine, all over your body. It's quite,
Yeah.
you know, it's really, you know, it's
It's
quite annoying.
debilitating, right? And because of that, you're not working, and that's really bad. And what have the doctors said are the treatment for fibromyalgia? I mean, surely they can fix it, right?
I wish they could. All they keep saying to me is do gentle exercises, take regular pain relief, and that's it.
Okay. So what you are actually, what that thing that you have that's called a body, right? That's your body. So you're not your body. Okay. Your body is just a biological, chemical, electrical blob.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm not saying you're a blob, by the way. I'm just saying that's what we all are. Okay, we're all that. We're all that. So no offense.
Tell me that. You call me a blob.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, if it's okay with you, obviously you're holding your phone at the moment. Hopefully that'll be okay. If you drop it, don't worry. As long as I can hear you, that's all that matters. So what I'd like you to do, and I want you to be gentle because you said about your lung. Okay, so I don't want you to hurt yourself. I just want you to, can you close your eyes for me? And if anybody's got any questions, by the way, while we're doing this, please put any comments in. And if anybody wants to do this as well, just close your eyes down. If you're driving, clearly don't do that because it's dangerous. Any heavy machinery, if you're doing anything like that, please don't do that. But if you're nice and safe and you're not going to get hurt, just close your eyes down. So I want you just to close your eyes down.
Yeah, okay.
Now, without hurting yourself, I want you to take a bit of a deep breath in, but not too much, and then just breathe out. And as you do that, I just want you to notice that you're breathing. So can you see that you're breathing? You can kind of feel the air coming in and out.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to notice that you're breathing. Now what I want you to do is I want you to notice where you're sat. So I want you to kind of go, oh, yeah, I can feel that each of my butt cheeks are wherever you're sat. My feet are on the ground. I'm holding my phone. So you can just, all of those touch points that you can feel, I just want you to really focus on those. So I want you just to focus on your breathing in and out. I want you to focus on where you're sat and you're sat down and where your feet are, where your hands are. And then I want you to just focus now on your ears and your hearing so you can hear me waffling on. And I want you just to focus on any sounds, any noises, any movement that's around you. So as you focus on your hearing, you focus on your breathing and you're focusing on where you're, you know, where you're sat. I want you now just to take a deep breath in through your nose. What can you smell? So we're just activating all of those senses. Okay, our breath. So as you breathe in as well, what can you taste in your mouth? Is your mouth wet? You know, can you taste?
Dry.
It's very dry. Okay.
Yeah.
So what we can do is imagine that it's going to lots of saliva in your mouth. Just imagine all that saliva coming out. So you can taste. Your mouth's dry. You notice that your mouth's dry. You notice that when you breathe in, whatever smells you can smell. You can hear my voice. You can feel where you are. And then you're focusing on your breath going in and out. And then as you do that, I want you to keeping your eyes closed. What's coming into your vision? What is it? What can you see? Is it black? Can you see any colors? Can you see anything like that? Okay. And as you see all of these things, hear all of these things, touch all of these things, smell all of these things, taste all of these things, I want you to notice something. I want you to notice that you, is it Amanda?
No, my name is Samantha.
Samantha, not Amanda, sorry. Samantha. I want you to notice I want you to notice, Samantha, something. As you notice where you're sat, where you notice where you're tasting, you notice your hearing, you notice what you're seeing, what you're smelling. I want you to notice something that you, Samantha, you are not your touch. You are not your hearing. You are not your taste. You are not your smell. You're not your breathing. You, Samantha, are the observer of all of those sensations that are happening in your body, because your body doesn't belong to you. It's something that you have. Now, as soon as you become the observer, what you can do is you can change your reality and you can change who you are. Now, I'm going to try something. I wasn't going to do this, but because you said you got fibromyalgia,
Mhm.
I want you to try something. So as you've got that deep internal kind of state, I want you to tell me, have you got any pain at the moment?
Yeah, down my spine and in my hips.
Perfect. Right. So I want you to imagine that you're focusing on your spine and your hips. Can you describe that shape to me of that pain?
Shape of it.
Yeah. So imagine you've turned your eyes inside out and you can
Mhm.
you can see what the shape of that, if you were to find, I tell you what, try and find the center point on your spine or your hips. Whereabouts would you say the center point of that energy, that pain is coming from? Where's the most painful part?
Right now, it's in between my shoulders.
Perfect. So just at the bottom of your neck, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So that there's kind of like a hard bone there, isn't there? Is it there?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I want you to focus on that center point of that part of your neck that's there. So imagine you
Mhm.
turned your eyes inside out. You can see that part of your neck. Now, I want you to tell me that pain that you've got in that part of your neck. Could you describe it as a shape?
I would say it's like oblong.
Oblong. Okay. So is it vertical or horizontal?
It's sort of like, I don't know, like diagonal. It's sort of like going almost
Diagonal.
like a
So,
slope.
so
Yeah,
describe to me, where's that diagonal going? Is it going left to right or right to left?
right to left.
Perfect. So just focusing on that diagonal right to left thingy that you've got. Is it two-dimensional or three-dimensional? So is it like a cuboid, or is it just flat like a rectangle?
I'll say it's flat.
It's flat. Perfect. So as you focus on that, just tell me that shape that you can see.
Mhm.
Describe it to me in as much detail as you can. Color. Is it smooth?
I
Is it jagged?
I would say it's like very like jagged, sharp.
Yeah.
It's flat. I'd say it's like offish grey, pink, purple colour.
Okay. An
And
office grey, pinky purple color. Okay. So as you're
yeah,
looking at this kind of rectangle, this flat rectangle, that's like a jagged, pinky, greyish color. I just want you to tell me, as you look at it instinctively, is that shape? Does it look friendly? Does it look bad? How does it make you feel as you look at it?
it's making me unsure
It's making okay. That's fine. It's making. And why is it making you feel unsure?
because obviously the amount of pain I'm in, and obviously I want to feel better, but obviously like the pain's very unbearable at times. So
Okay.
it's making me feel unsure.
So if I was to say to you, let's grow that pain even more, what would you say? Yes or no?
God, I say no.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, so you're in complete control. So what I want you to do, I want you to imagine in your mind now, you can see that shape. Okay, apologize for the cocker spaniel barking in the background if you can hear it. So I want you to imagine that shape, you can see it. I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you take that deep breath in, I want you to make it bigger. So take a deep breath in, make it bigger, and then as you breathe out, I want you to make it smaller.
Mhm.
Perfect. And do it again, just make it bigger, even bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it, yeah.
And now make it even smaller than it was before.
Yeah, because yeah.
And then make it even bigger again. And then
Yeah.
make it even smaller again.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay. Now, at that point, I want you to tell me, is the pain more or less?
It's actually less.
It's less. Okay. What color is it now?
It's actually gone sort of like a like pale pink colour.
Okay. Does it look nicer? Does it look prettier?
It does look a lot prettier, and the jagged edges are a lot bit more smoother.
Okay. So I want you to do me I'm gonna ask you to do something. I'm gonna ask you
Mhm.
to talk to that part. All right. I know it sounds weird. And what I want you to do is when you talk to that part that's all to do with this fibromyalgia, I want you
Mhm.
to tell me, just finish this sentence, all right? So I'll talk you through it, but as soon as we finish the sentence, I want you to tell me the first word that comes into your mind or sentence, all right? Are you ready?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I am the part of Samantha
I'm the part of Samantha
that came up with this fibromyalgia,
that came up with this fibromyalgia.
and my only role in Samantha's life is to, and finish that sentence,
Only role in Samantha's life to be happy and content.
be happy and content. And you need to be happy and content because,
Of my family and just to feel 100% better.
yeah, of course it is. All right, so let's do it again. I am the part of Samantha,
I am the part of Samantha,
and my only function in Samantha's life is to.
and my only function in Samantha's life is to be more positive and more focused.
Okay, perfect. And why do you need to do that?
Just to be there, like I said, just it basically be there for my family and yeah, just mainly focus on my family and like just feeling a lot better in myself and out of my anxiety and everything else like that.
Yeah, this anxiety that you've got. So
Mm.
we're going to do it again. So I am the part of Samantha
I am the part of Samantha
that came up with this problem of fibromyalgia,
I came up with this problem with fibromyalgia,
and my only purpose in Samantha's life is to.
and my only purpose of Samantha's life is to
I just finished that sentence.
I don't know, you know, to be happy and free
Yeah.
of pain and just live a happy life.
Yeah, of course. Okay, last one. I'm the part of Samantha
I'm the part of Samantha
that's come up with this fibromyalgia,
that's come up with this fibromyalgia.
and my only intention now is to.
My only intention is to be more focused, concentrate on myself, and put myself first.
Yeah, put yourself first. Okay, so tell me, why can't you put yourself first?
Because obviously I'm always like helping my family and friends, and sometimes like I help people, but then I end up like not, forgetting about myself.
Yeah, okay.
I put myself on the back burner.
So, do you remember the start of this conversation? You said you had fibromyalgia, it got you in a lot of pain, and you couldn't do what you wanted to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you described the fibromyalgia as stopping you from doing everything that you wanted to do. But we've just spoken to that part, and it said it wants you to be happy. It wants you to be able to be there for your family, to be more positive, to go out there and live your life. So can you see that that part of you has actually been there to try and tell you the very opposite of what you've been told?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is I want you to give me a number between 0 and 8.
7.
7. Okay, I'm going to count back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Click my fingers. Hopefully, there we go. At 7 years old, just close your eyes down.
Yeah. Okay.
Just close your eyes down. At 7 years old, something happened. What happened at 7 years old? It's coming to your mind now. Something happened at 7 years old. What happened?
Um. When I was 7 years old, I had a bit of an accident, and I actually cut my finger. I cut my hand up really badly.
Yeah.
And then obviously my mum took me to the hospital, and my dad did, and I just got really panicky because I was bleeding so much blood and got all stressed out and panicky, and I thought I was going to stay in hospital, and I thought my mum and dad weren't going to come back, so I got really upset.
Yeah. You got upset because your mum and dad weren't going to come back. Okay, so just thinking about that, is that kind of upsetting you, that? Okay, just let that go. If those tears, as long as you're happy, all right, just let those tears flow. This is a good thing. Just to let you know that tears, they're different. Okay, they have a different chemical compound. And you've got all this energy that you've held in your body. And this is what this is about, right? So this part of you has been doing an amazing job in trying to actually tell you, you don't need to be scared, right?
Yeah.
At 7 years old, you were looking to your mum and your dad for protection when you'd hurt yourself, all right? But you're not 7, right? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
50.
50, right. So that part of you has been with you for 43 years. Okay, if that part of you has been working for 43, it's going to be knackered. If you've been working 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right, you're going to be knackered, aren't you? So I want you to talk to that part. I want you to go back in and find that part again. And I want you to say to that part, thank you so much.
Well, out loud or just to
Yes, say it
myself?
out loud. Say it to that part. It needs to know that you're ready to move on. So
Yeah,
just say to that
yeah.
part, thank you so much
Thank you so much
for helping me in the way you did.
for having me in the way you did,
But you're not helping me now.
but you're not helping me now.
In fact, you're making my life worse.
In fact, you're making my life worse.
And I really appreciate what you've done for me.
And I really appreciate what you've done for me.
I love that you've been trying to protect me all these years. Let it go. It's fine. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. Just let it go. To do this live on Instagram is phenomenal. Just let it go. Just let it go. Okay?
Oh, I did.
Be really proud of yourself. You're doing awesome. So just say, after all of these years, you can go now.
After all these years, you can go now.
And I love that you've been trying to help me.
And I love you've been trying to help me.
And I want you to finish this sentence. That's not me because.
That's not me because I no longer need you, and I've got to focus on myself.
Yeah, you've got to focus on yourself. And that's what that part's been telling you, right? But you know that now because that part's been telling you to focus on yourself for all of this time, right? And it's been trying to do something really good for you. It's not been trying to hurt you. You see, every part of us, even the parts we don't like, believes that it has some sort of role, function, purpose, some intention, some way in which it's trying to help us. But we're told that it's a bad thing, all right? So we're told that you've got fibromyalgia and this is this and we can't fix it. And all of a sudden, it's getting worse because no, don't listen to that. Listen to me. All the answers are inside you. So I want you just to do me a favor. I want you to just take a really deep breath in and breathe out. Just take another deep breath in. I want you to bring in all that love for yourself. And then I want you to breathe out anything that you want to get rid of. Just breathe it out. Okay. And I want you to focus on that part of your body that was causing you the pain, that center of that pain, that rectangle. Tell me, pain-wise, how painful is it now?
It's hardly there now.
It's hardly there now. So I just want you to say one more time to that part, thank you so much for helping me in the way you did.
Thank you so much for helping me in the way you did.
You must be really exhausted.
You must be really exhausted.
I've got this now.
I've got this now.
And I don't need you anymore.
And I don't need you anymore.
So I want you now just to focus on your lungs now. And I want you to just focus on that collapsed lung, that problem that you had on your lung. And I just want you to, again, just take a deep breath in. And then breathe out. And I just want you to tell me, what's the pain like in your lungs as well?
It's dull, aching. Like I said, dull, aching, heavy. Because I said, when I breathe in, it really does hurt.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to talk to that part. And I just want you to say to that part, thank you for being with me.
Thank you for being with me.
I love the fact that you've been trying to stop me from breathing.
I love the fact you've been trying to stop me from breathing.
But I need to really fill my lungs up now.
But I really need to fill my lungs up now.
And as you look at that part, that lung, can you tell me what colour it is?
It's like silver colour.
And does it look like a nice colour or a bad colour?
It's not a bad colour. It's a nice colour. It doesn't look angry or anything like that. It's quite friendly, but obviously, like I said, it's stopping me from breathing.
So what I want you to imagine now is I want you to imagine that silver colour that you've got. I want you to imagine loads of cells from your body, like they're like exocet missiles that are starting to hit that part of your lung, right? And they're
Mhm.
like golden dots. I want you to imagine, you know, like little explosions hitting your lungs. And I want you just to imagine all of those doing until that silver becomes like a bright white light or a gold or something like that. Okay, so just keep doing that. And as you do it, I want you to breathe into that pain. And every time you breathe into it, as you exhale, I want you to imagine that you're letting go of that pain and you're breathing in love to that part of your body. And then as you breathe out, just let go of any pain. And every time you breathe in, I want you to breathe in like a golden white light. And then breathe out. And I want you to tell me, what's that pain like now as you do that breathing?
It's more bearable.
It's more bearable. Okay. So we're not going to do any more because you've been amazing, by the way. But you can do this. So I want you to tell any time that you close your eyes and focus on that part of your body that's giving you pain, don't try and step away from it. What I want you to try and do is give it some love. Have you got kids? Have you got children? Children. Have you got any children?
No,
You haven't. Okay. If you did have children, one of the things that kids do is when they're about 3 or 4, they start to get really annoying and they'll go, why? And all your body is doing, it's saying, why? And as soon as you show it some attention, and as soon as you breathe into it, and you allow that pain to expand, it's like a balloon. You expand it like a balloon. And as it retracts, it's never going to go back to the same shape. So over the next 21 days, if you get the audio that I'm going to be giving you at the end of this, okay, and just focus on your breath, breathing into your lungs, and imagine that your lungs are repairing. All right? Because I want to tell you something about the breath, and this goes to everybody, is that the first thing that we do when we're born is we breathe, right? And the last thing we do before we die is to stop breathing.
Yeah.
So if you want to master your life, you have to master your breath. And you have absolute control over your body and how it works. Okay? So I'm going to count back now from 5 to 1, and you're going to come back to your full awareness, and we'll just see how you get on. I'll get Joanna to ask you some questions, then I can have a break. Okay, so on the count of 5, I want you to imagine that the room is coming around you. On the count of 4 and 3, just take another beautiful deep breath in and out. And on the count of 2 and 1, and when you're ready, just open your own eyes and just come back to the room. Okay, how are you feeling?
I'm actually feeling quite good. I mean, I feel like the pain sort of like, basically in my back is like non-existent. It's gone.
Brilliant.
And like the pain in my lung, it's a lot more bearable. It don't feel so heavy, and it don't feel so like dragging. But I mean, obviously, like I said, it's still there, but not as intense as it was.
So what I did then wasn't what we do on a session. All right, it's just one little bit, and I just wanted to show you by just showing a little bit of what I do. Okay, can completely transform the way you interact with your body. Are you feeling anxious at all? No. So within, I don't know what the time is, within what, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So can you imagine if you were to come and work with me for 2.5 hours and then over 21 days, what the results might be?
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing.
Did you see Kerry's video?
Yeah, I saw it because I saw when you were live when she was in you were in her kitchen. She was like getting all tearful and all
so
the rest
can you
of it.
see you got tearful, right? And by the way, I just want to give you so much love for coming on and bravery and coming on and those tears flowing and being part of this. So I'm going to pass over to Joanna and see if Joanna's got any questions. If anybody's got any questions in the chat, just pop the questions in the chat if you've got any questions for Samantha.
Yeah, do put questions in. Samantha, thank you for doing that. It was really brave, actually. I felt I really felt for you there with pain and things. Can I just ask you honestly, before you came on, were you skeptical?
I was very dubious about it.
Yeah.
But I thought, do you know what? At the end of the day, I thought I'll give it. If I'm chosen, I'll give it a go. I've got nothing to lose. So
nothing to lose.
I'm glad you chose me.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Fibromyalgia is one of those really big ones, though, because if you go on the NHS website, I'm an ex-cop, right? So I'm ex-blue light services. I'm an ex-soldier, so I'm not kind of like running around with daisies in my hair and some hippie, right? I'm really skeptical about everything, but you've been in that pain, and that pain's not there as much now, right?
No.
But you've been told that there's no cure for fibromyalgia, but in the case of 15 minutes, that pain that you've got has now reduced.
Yeah, it has. It's reduced dramatically. It really has. I don't feel so tight in my back, and I can actually like move my back without being in discomfort. So, yeah, within 15 minutes, it's done. I don't know what it's done, but it's obviously done something. And it's made a difference to me. It really has.
But who did it?
Me.
You did
Yeah.
it.
You do.
Yeah.
And this is the thing is I actually don't do anything. All I do is I give you insights. So when people are asking is what do you do with hypnotherapy? I don't do anything. We go into a state where you are focusing inwardly on you, and then we go on a journey, and I'm just your guide on that journey. You were the one that did all of that. I didn't do anything. All right.
No.
We've never met before. Okay. And I honestly mean this for anybody who's watching this live now. I have never met you before at all.
No. No.
You know, it's just you came on there. I chose you randomly. There was 3 people I could have chosen, and the only reason I chose you is because you were in the middle of the 3 people that were on my Insta live. I didn't know who to choose, so I just went for the person in the middle. That was the only reason. And we had anxiety, we had the fibromyalgia, we had the lung thing, and all the rest of it. And those 3 things within 10 minutes have reduced dramatically. And I'd really like you to keep in touch with me just to let me know how you get on, because that wasn't a session, right? That was just a few tools that I plucked out of the, no planning. I just did that off the cuff to see where we went. So I want you just to see, and this for everybody who's watching, how powerful you are.
Yeah.
Okay. You are all powerful. You are all capable of doing this. So anybody who's suffering with anxiety, anybody who's suffering with any of that sort of stuff, go onto my link. If you go onto my bio on Insta, there's loads of free tools. There's my breathing exercise tools. And I'm going to go on to the freebies in a minute. But Joanna, have you got anything else that you want to say?
I'd just like anyone to come forward with more questions, really, just before we go, because obviously you've got Marcus here. You may as well ask him some more questions.
Yeah, please do, because a lot of people have kind of booked appointments with me, which again, you can do that. But I'm just to let you know, if you want to come and work with me, I'm deadly serious about this. I only take people on who are ready to invest, and they're ready to invest in themselves. What's Joe put? Just brilliant, Marcus. I've had to jump off now. Past live session now. Loving this. Good. Follow Joe. The _spiritual_ gateway. She's awesome. Thanks, Joe, for joining me. So you can do all this yourself. You know, all I do, I had to learn a lot of this, and I've gone through this process myself. But you all have the ability to help yourself. You know? So Blongoli said, how do I channel my grief? Brilliant question. So let's look at light and dark. Most people will say, go into the light, move away from the darkness, move away from the shadows, move away from that horribleness. Okay, so first thing, don't use the word my. If you've got anxiety, it's the anxiety. That's the first thing.
That's a brilliant tip.
It's never yours. Do you remember when I said that to Kerry? It nearly blew her mind, didn't it? She was like, oh my God. So when you speak to yourself, okay, and this goes for you, Samantha, the fibromyalgia, the anxiety, the pain, right? It's something that you have. It's not my. As soon as it's my, I own it.
Yeah.
And the mind will manifest whatever you tell it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is where a lot of the stuff that I do actually is law of attraction, but law of attraction is about vibration, and vibration is about feeling. It's not about thoughts. So this thing about mindset is absolute bullshit. Mindset is bullshit. It's heart set. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to feel this. So when it comes to grief, feel the grief. Breathe into the grief. Breathe into the pain. It's that 4-year-old child that's going, I'm hurting. I want to be seen.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? If you've got a small child and they're crying and they're in pain, you're not going to go, oh, shut up, go away. I mean, some people might, but most people that are empathetic are going to, okay, it's fine. And again, when you've got, I'll ask you this question, with the fibromyalgia or with all of this stuff that you have, How many people have said to you, do you know what, Samantha, that must be really, really tough. Oh my God, I feel so sorry for you.
Hardly anyone.
They don't. Okay.
Mm.
But has anybody mentioned anything to you? If you mention you've got fibromyalgia or you speak to your doctor, how do they kind of, do you ever get sympathy for it?
Not really, to be quite honest. All they do say to me is just keep taking the medication, do some gentle exercises. Obviously, I've taken up swimming and I do walk because I've got 2 little dogs. But that's it. They just don't say anything else. And I said to them, there's got to be something else I could try. And they said, unfortunately, there isn't on the NHS. So I'm having to sort of like devise sort of like things to actually help myself and then help, like the painkillers. And it's just like, and like, my mum's recently been diagnosed with it as well, so my mum's got it as well. So it's a never-ending battle. Like we're just like constantly talking to the doctors, and they're not listening to me and my mum.
Yeah.
It's just like they're banging our head against a brick wall.
Because they don't deal with the metaphysical. They only deal with the physical, and it's nothing to do. The NHS, do an amazing job, but they've only got so much money. And unfortunately, it's very difficult. I would love to get into the NHS. I'd love this to be free for people on the NHS. However, the unfortunate thing is that until you can get clinical trials, until you get case studies, until you get people that come and work with you, okay, and I've got a mortgage to pay. I've got, that's why you have to pay me, right? I've got to earn a living. But can you imagine? Right, I'm going to see how this goes with your fibromyalgia. But one of the things that people always say to me is, they say, if I could click my fingers and all that pain's gone, anxiety, overwhelm, fibromyalgia, I could click my fingers and it's gone, how much would you invest? And people go, all my life savings, it's costing me a fortune. But you've just proven a point that you're told there isn't any other options. You're told there's nothing we can do. Well, we've just proven in 10 minutes that there are other options. And what we need is what Kerry has done, and what I'm so grateful for Kerry doing, is she's given me a bit of a platform where I can now do these lives, and we can show that what I do does work. 10 minutes.
And you can help people.
And I can help people.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And there's not just me, there's lots of other people that do this sort of stuff. But unfortunately, it needs the data because we live in a world that's run by finance, right? So if the NHS is going to take money, it needs to know it works. So I don't blame the NHS at all. They're going to go, well, we know this kind of helps. This helps people cope and manage. So my mission, Blondie Gold, I work in the NHS, like Marcus said. You've done this, Samantha. Well done. Yes, brilliant. So actually, can we show some love for Samantha before we go? Because I'd like you just to, because she's been super brave being on. So some hearts, put some comments in and all the rest of it. Okay. There's no more questions, which is interesting because everybody said, I'd like to find out more. but what I thought I'd do is I'd show you, and this is just 1% of what I do. Okay, this is just a little bit of a thing that I've done. So thank you, all of the fire, all of the hearts that are coming on. Amazing. Thank
loads of hearts.
So here's the gift for everybody who's been on. Okay, I wrote an immersion, a meditation, if you like, called Stepping Out of the Valley. And the reason why I wrote it was when I was stuck in that dark valley, and this is why I said about sympathy, right? People go, oh, it'll get better. Just think about, you've got kids, you've got a nice life, and sympathy is a divider. It doesn't connect us, and our mind wants to be connected. And my thing when anybody's going through anything like with yourself, it's shit, right? That's what you want people to say. I'm not trying to fix it. It's shit. So when you're in that dark place, when you're in that valley, it's okay people coming down and giving you a hug in the valley, and then they get out and you're still stuck in the valley. All right. So this immersion, I wrote this to try and give people the hope that when you're stuck in that valley, you can get out of it, and you can do it yourself. It's just I get you out of there quicker. I'm like a mountain guide that helps you get out of the valley. So if you click on my bio, so everybody who's watching this, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching it later on, if you click on my bio, there are loads of tools in there, but there's one link that says Stepping Out of the Valley. So you can click on that link, Stepping Out of the Valley. That will take you to my website. On there are a few things. The first thing is, if you scroll down to the bottom of that page, you'll see that there's a downloadable meditation. It's about 15 minutes, I think. and you can listen to that. So what I would suggest you do, Samantha, is download that.
Yeah.
And once you're listening to it, I just want you to focus on breathing to those into those parts of your body that are painful, and then message me or whatever, and just tell me how you get on. Also, there are some other options in there. So in November the 13th, I'm actually going to be doing with a few of a team that I've assembled. I'm going to be taking people through a 5-week course called Stepping Out of the Valley.
I've just seen my sister. She just said, "Well done, Sammy."
Awesome. So yeah, so on there, it's called Stepping Out of the Valley. It's a 5-week course where I'm going to take you through my 5 facts to abundance, which is stepping into fear, which is what you did today. The second thing, you took action, because that's the biggest thing, because fear stops us taking action. You then chose to trust me, right?
Yeah.
But you also trusted yourself. So the F is fear. You took action. You made a choice. You trusted the process. And hopefully now you're going to step forward now and be able to start to change your own life. So that's a 5-week course that people can come on, and it's a group course. And at the end of that course, on week 5, I'm going to take you through a full 2.5-hour to 3-hour transformation where you can work on all of the stuff that we've done in the first 4 weeks. So if you want to sign up for that, that's on there as well. You can sign up there. There's 2 options. You can either do the online course. So it comes with an online course as well, self-study course. You can do the self-study course. You can come and then join me to do the course and work with me. So that really VIPs you up. But also, this is all about manifestation, right? And you'll notice I'm wearing my t-shirt. It's already mine. I'll just spin round. The universe has my back. So you can get this t-shirt and my manifestation course, which has got about £1,500 worth of content on it. And I said to Kerry, I said, how can I serve the people better? And I talk about this manifestation course, and you can get the t-shirt and the manifestation course, links in my bio, but it's also on that page for $29.99. Okay, and it's a self-study course.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no excuse. There is no excuse. I'm giving you a freebie. I'm giving you one for $29.99. You can come and work with me for 5 weeks with lots of other people and my team that I'm assembling, or you can come and work with me one-on-one. But if you want to change your life, it's difficult because you've got to have somebody you trust. And I just hope that everybody who saw this today and saw what happened to you, Samantha, and your bravery,
I get a bit emotional,
and stepping forward, that in 10 minutes, your life is going to change.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is a moment.
Yeah.
So I have one last request from everybody who's watching this live or whether they're watching it later on. I took a chance on working with Joanna, and she will tell you the procrastination and the conversations and the moaning that I've had where I'm not building the client base because I want to have this impact. But what I will say is Kerry, Joanna, myself, and a lot of the other members in Cheshire Socialites and the Cheshire Club want to start disrupting the world. We want to start supporting and helping people, but the only way we can do that is by you spreading the word.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do loads of stuff on my Instagram. Joanna does loads of stuff. She's got loads of different people that she brings together, health and well-being, business. It's not just for business people. So if you're looking for amazing professionals that are trying to change the world, then pop over to, is it CheshireSocialites.co.uk?
It is at the moment, and the Insta is the Cheshire Club. It's all a bit messy because we're rebranding, but it's
we're rebranding. And this is my plea. If you know somebody who is suffering, if you know somebody who needs help and they're ready to invest in themselves, just let them know that I exist. So you can go to my website, makeyourlifecount.co.uk.
Yeah.
Let people know that Joanna exists. Kerry would not have come on board with us to try and I don't know if you know this, but Kerry's big thing is that she wants to change the face of mental health.
Yeah.
I think she does. We know what's happened in Kerry's life. She's pretty open, right? But she said that there's nobody, and we've had some we've had some great conversations, haven't we? And I'm hoping over the next 12 months, with Kerry's help, with other people's help that Joanna knows. Joanna is the queen of connections. She knows a lot of people. And what we're trying to do is bring all of these forces of goodness together to try and help you people out there, because the world's a bit shit at the moment. Okay?
Yeah, true.
And we're being told that it's fear and it's all of this. But
and it's not.
Yeah. It's not.
But can I just add, please, if Kerry does come in and listen to us, I just want to thank her very, very much as well, because, you know, she put her soul on the line almost, didn't she? She
took a massive risk.
Opened up. And again, it's the same thing. You go very vulnerable at that stage, but she allowed Marcus to do that. And it was through my recommendation. So thank you, Kerry, for allowing us to do that.
And I'd just like to say, actually, with that, and we spoke about this afterwards, didn't we? When we said, at no point did we try and cajole Kerry into that. She made that. It just came from a conversation. There was no agenda. It was a conversation. That's all it was. It was a conversation. And she got it. You would not believe how powerful that woman is, how spiritually connected she is. She is a tour de force. And I can't wait to work with her even more, because I think it needs somebody like her to be able to go out there and make those massive changes and raise that awareness that things can change.
Wonderful.
So, Samantha, I just want to say thank you very much for being so brave, so vulnerable. But there is no courage without vulnerability. And drop me a message after this. Drop me a message on Instagram. I'll send you my mobile number. You can just drop me a WhatsApp, and I'd love to see where you are on this journey and how you get on. So, because I am here to serve people, and I just hope everybody enjoyed it. And just thank you for all of the people that came on tonight. Joanna, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Just thank you for watching, and I'm so pleased it helped you, Samantha. You know, it's so lovely to watch and to see how you feel. Yeah,
and like I say, I mean, right now with the pain in my back, it's sort of like I said, it's non-existent. Well, it's still there, but not as bad. But then pain in my lungs more bearable. And like I said, you know, I could actually see myself actually crying, and I could actually feel it as well. So I just got really emotional, and it's just. I didn't think I was going to do that, but obviously I did.
So just carry on, just noticing those feelings, and don't try and shy away from it. Just breathe into it. Say thank you. Just say I love you being here, but I don't need you to be here anymore. And then get that download, the Stepping Out of the Valley download. There's some breathing exercises in there, box breathing. They're all on if you click on my bio, there's loads of stuff. It goes to Beacons.io. So if you go to there, there's stuff on there. But yeah, thank you to everybody who came on.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll do a few more of these. But you can pop over, as I say, I've got my Facebook group, The Universe Has My Back. Cheshire Socialites one, is it still Cheshire Socialites on Facebook?
Facebook, it's all the Cheshire Club. The Cheshire Club. Yeah, it's all Cheshire Club now. So if you
that's a public group. That's a public group, isn't it? So if you're looking to connect with amazing professionals who are there to help you, then you can go over to the Cheshire Club as well. It is in Cheshire, but people work like me all over the world. So it's not just Cheshire. Yeah. It just happens to be that's where you are, right?
We connect you anywhere.
We connect you anywhere. And watch this space, because as I say, over the next 12 months, certainly, we're going to be putting some pretty awesome stuff together, aren't we, Joanna?
Oh, there's something amazing coming up with Kerry, but we can't say yet.
We can't say. So keep an eye on this. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to go because it's Sunday.
Yes.
I've already had 2 glasses of red wine before I came on. I don't know why. I don't normally drink. I know I had 2 glasses of Shiraz with my dinner. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I've got to do that Insta Live. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So I'm not drunk, by the way, just to let you know. I'm very professional normally. If I'm doing therapy, I don't kind of have any drink beforehand. But yeah, Samantha, thank you very, very much. Thank you everybody for joining. And if you have got any comments in here after the live, add a comment. Just put at Marcus A. Matthews or at the Cheshire Club. If you've got any questions, and we'll try to answer them in the comments. But thank you very much, everybody. And we're going to disappear now. Samantha, you were amazing, and keep in touch. Let me know how you go on.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Bye.